Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be a messenger of the light. Today I'm going to be doing a video talking about our world, talking about humanity, talking about many of the issues that humanity, that man has to go through on a daily basis, how we deal with our world and each other. Many of you don't know me. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Some of you do, some of you don't. I am an angel. I was sent here to do work, to help humanity, to help recreate a new earth, all right? I've known this all my life, okay? And yes, I came down because I wanted to help humanity. I'm an empath. I have a lot of gifts, all right? So I probably feel every ugly thing in this world and every pain that every single person that has in this world. I feel it, all right? I'll give you an example. I was just watching a movie. It was about this kid. The mother said that somebody took him, blah, blah. It wasn't true. The kid supposedly drank a whole bottle of cough medicine because the mother was giving it to him, whatever. They ended up, finally, she stopped lying, told the truth where he was. They found the kid. But during all that, it happened in a projects in a low community, African. The majority was African, and she was probably like one of the only white ladies that lived there with her son. And then from a kid missing, it became being an issue of prejudice, all right? Between people pointing the finger. It was him. It was that person. It was their ethnicity that did it. It was this. It was that. All right. So anyways, the movie really touched me, but more than anything, it got me very upset. And then it began to make me weep and cry, right? And then God was speaking to me, and he says, okay, why is it hurting you? What are you learning from this movie? Why is it causing you pain? This is what God's asking me, all right? Why I'm sitting on my bed weeping in my mind. He's asking me, why are you weeping? And I tell him I'm weeping because I have to endure the pain of every single person I come across. I have to endure the pain of watching movies like this. This is like, this stuff really goes on. I endure the pain of watching the news, which I don't even watch anymore, of people hurting each other, killing each other, riots, prejudice, sex trafficking, kidnapping, molestations, theft, robbery. It goes on and on. And I have to endure that pain every day. And even when I don't want to. And it gets me, it hurts me. I can't even explain it to you. It's like somebody's just stabbing you. Like they're stabbing you, they're shooting you. That's how I feel my body feels when I watch all the ugly and bad that this world has. This is the feeling that I get. It's an overwhelming feeling. It sucks the life out of me. All right? So that's just to tell you a little bit about my gifts and what I go through on a daily basis. Some days it's gooder, some days it's good, some days it's a lot worse, It just depends on what I'm doing, what I pick up. But anyways, let me get back to why I'm here. I want to talk to humanity today about morals, about principalities, about feelings. And now I just got a premonition of the reading I did earlier. For whatever reason, they're giving me something from there. Because one of the readings I was doing earlier was talking about having consideration for others, having empathy for others, being able to feel and understand another person that's not like you, or another person that thinks different than you and I. We were not here. First of all, none of us, are the same, all right? We were all made different, unique, all right, for a reason and a purpose, all right? Each one of us is different. We think different. We talk different. We walk different. What we admire is different. We eat different food. We have different ethnicities, different color skins. Our jobs are different. So we have to come to a realization that none of us will ever be exactly the same as another person, all right? That is the gift in itself, all right? But I watch the world and I pay attention, and I see that many of you miss the understanding of being different. Being different was never meant for you to hate each other, for you to hurt each other, for you to put each other down, for you to kill one another, for you to, to be evil to one another. No, that was not what the difference was supposed to do. All right? It's supposed to bring you all closer together, not bring you farther apart. All right? Many of the ways, first of all, let me say this. Many of the ways that we think and that come from our bloodlines, our thinking patterns, the way that we move, the way that we process information. A lot of you have, I have to just say this, and I'm as real comes, and God knows I don't sugarcoat nothing. The way that a lot of us think, we got some fucked up ways of thinking. And that's the only way I could tell you, because that's what I feel. We have some messed up ways of thinking. All right? What I am seeing and what I am learning, and I'm here for 48 years of my life. In 2 years, I'm going to be 50 years old. Okay? You have to change your mindsets. Humanity, collective, viewers, whoever watching this, the mindset has to change. I don't care what your mama did, your aunt did, your great-great-great-great-grandma did. No, many of our own people have did things the wrong way. All right, have taught us the wrong way. All right, and we have to be smart enough to be able to change our mindsets and think different and move different and do different. For many, many centuries, if you pay attention and you really research and look at everything as a whole, you will keep seeing a continuous pattern of the same nonsense happening from century to century to century, from world to world. It's like war. Fighting. For what? Power. For what? Money. It's always about power and money. And for what? Who is right? Because everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants the power. Everybody wants to be the man in the front. But see, not everybody can possess the standards, all right, of morals and ethics, of the ability to be that man in the front. Because that position comes with a lot of responsibility. And at the end of the day, it really has nothing to do with that person anymore. Once you have that type of responsibility, it becomes the responsibility of you being who you are when you have that power and being able to handle a multitude of humanity, a multitude of people, depending on what you're the leader of. If you're a president, all right? If you're a mayor, if you're a senator, you have responsibility. All right? Then in the movie, you know, it was showing like it was segregation. Like all the African Americans were on one side because they're all obviously all the ones that live in the buildings, the projects that were there, low income housing. Okay, and the other side you have all the cops there, ready to with their gear on, ready to do whatever they got to do. You know, but what really irked me. And it's not only on the TV, because I see it on the regular news. I've seen it in person. That they're, you know, first of all, if you are a part of the government and you are a police officer, an investigator, FBI, whatever, so on and so forth, you have a moral responsibility, all right, to do the right thing and to show example to other people. Okay? You're not there just to lock people up. You're not there just to, you know, do whatever you do, you know. No, you're there to show these people that you can be who you're supposed to be in your job and do it the right way. Well, in this movie, like it happens a lot in life, this cop was being a smartass and was, you know, saying his words under his mouth to the African guy. Well, what do you think? You're saying something ignorant to him. He's coming, and now he goes up to him and starts punching him, and then a whole riot begins. A whole riot begins because of one stupid person's dumbass way of thinking. Arrogant, thinking just because of his position that, you know, he wants to belittle somebody or talk shit to somebody because he is who he is. No, I'm sorry. It don't work like that. If you are a part of the government, if you are any type of leader, you are supposed to show the people how it's done. Be an example. This cop wasn't being an example. He's over there being ignorant, acting worse than a little kid on the street. You know what I'm saying? And started a whole riot because he didn't know how to have control. He doesn't know what control is, that cop. He didn't know, you know, excuse me. I'm saying he doesn't know, so obviously I'm saying that for a reason, because nothing comes out of my mouth for no reason. All right. He had no... He doesn't have any respect, all right? That's what I need to say. He doesn't have any morals. He's ignorant. And all because of his mouth opening to bother that man, the African man. He didn't have to open his mouth for what? See, this is where control comes in, where I say people don't have control. Because if you have control, nothing's going to come out of your mouth. You're standing there for a reason, to protect people, to help people, not to go and make the problem worse, all right? To help eliminate the problem. And the same I have to say for the African Americans that were in this movie, that were in this project, that were standing on the line on the opposite of the cops, the same. You know, this woman's kid, she's in the project, she's a white woman, her kid's lost, whatever. She's talking about somebody, okay, she fucked up because she should have never lied and said that about the kid being kidnapped. You killed the kid, whatever happened, blah, blah. But, you see, all of a sudden, she's a white woman in the projects and all. Now everybody's trying to say, oh, that somebody, you know, a black person took, an African person took it or whatever. even though there was a black man that helped her to bury this child, so he was part of it, because even though, he didn't kill the kid or nothing, but you buried him, and he didn't see it being wrong, because he felt like, okay, this kid deserves this much, let me go help this lady and dig, he's dead. I mean, he was dead already. So in that part, I have to say, yeah, I can't say that I would feel that he did anything wrong. The only thing I see that he did wrong was they needed to report it right away when it happened, okay? And they didn't. So anyways, this movie, people were just, fighting and arguing. And this is the shit that I see in real life every day. Not, it's everywhere. Prejudice, ignorance, stupidity, somebody always wanting to be right, not being able to understand the differences between each human being on this planet. Many times I wonder, are people scared because each person is not, the same? Is that what triggers them? Are they scared because a person looks different? Are they scared because a person does something different than they do? Are they scared that a person is going to judge them for the way they think? All these questions go through my mind, and they should go through your mind too. And then I watch movies and I watch the real things in life, and then I sit back and I watch the news every blue moon. And like I said, I already told you what I go through. It's like being stabbed all over my body and being shot up. That's how my body feels every time I have to endure and watch what is happening on this planet because of who I am. Okay? This job that I took to come here on this planet to help humanity, it's been one hell of a job. I'm going to tell you that right now, because a lot of times I tell God, please come and take me. Please come and take me. Because the more I watch these humans and the more stupid shit they do, the more angrier I get. The more frustrated I get. But like he said, why? Why? Because I see things differently than I want you all to see what I see. I want you all to feel what I feel and understand and see the way that I'm seeing what's happening to this world. Many of you allow the lies of this world to deceive you. You allow the enemy to come into your minds and deceive you. You allow man to do that. There's men that have power, and they're making you fight against each other. They're making you kill each other. They're making you do all type of bad things while they're sitting in their chairs laughing. They're laughing because they're like, you know what? We can sit back and watch the show because look at, they're killing each other off. They're doing this over there. This one's doing that. That one's doing that. You have to understand this is life, but it's like a game, but this is a game. This game is like a real game, and you're playing for your life. Your life is counting on how you play this game in this matrix, in this world, okay? It's all about how you approach every single thing that's coming your way. Some days it's good days, some days it's bad days. Everything that we learn, whether it's good or bad, is always a lesson in it. It's always going to teach you something. It's not happening to you just to be happening to you. There's a lesson to be learned and something to be taught every time something happens to us. Nobody's excluded, okay? We all have issues, problems, good days, bad days, things we have to learn, things we have to work on, but But it all depends on you, humanity. What do you want? How are you going to better yourself? How are you going to change the way that you think? Are you going to have consideration for your neighbor? Are you going to have sympathy for that man down the street? Are you going to have respect for yourself so another can respect you? Are you going to give food to that man on the corner? Or are you going to keep that money in your pocket and keep going knowing that that man's hungry? Are you going to choose to keep doing the easy things? And the easy things are the bad things. All right? For me, that's the pussy team. I'm sorry to say it like that, but excuse my mouth. It's who I am. I'm not going to change that part of me for nobody. That is the side, that's that coward side. Or are you going to be on the team that's going to go down that road that is good? You know, when the battle's coming and it's coming, it's hitting you from this way and it's hitting you from that way, and you're fighting it. You're going to be fighting it. You're jumping through it. You're going through it. You're going to get through it. But get through it in a different type of way. Killing each other. Tell me, answer me this. What does segregation bring? Ask yourselves that. You don't got to tell me because I know everything that I'm talking about. Ask yourself today what segregation brings to humanity. What good does it bring to humanity? Tell me what killing each other brings to humanity. What good does killing each other bring to humanity? What good does war bring to humanity? Tell me. Any of you could comment on the bottom of this? Any of you could tell me to help me think, to understand about humanity? Explain it to me. What good does sex trafficking bring to humanity? What good does kidnapping, molestation, abusing your wife, your husband, neglecting your children, being in gangs, lying, conniving, stealing, wanting power, not doing what you're supposed to do, taking advantage of the world because of the power that you may have, the job that you may have, the position that you may have. Please tell me what that brings to humanity. You don't have to tell me, because if you're smart, you know that I already know. It don't bring nothing. What it brings is more problems, death, bigger problems, hurt, pain, sorrow, conflict, disagreement, selfishness, pride, ego. I can go on and on all day. That's what all that does. That's what all that does. See, but when you begin to think differently and you begin to move differently, that's going to bring you joy. That's going to bring you peace. That's going to bring you happiness. That's going to bring love, companionship, help, faith, belief, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. It all begins in the mind. Every last thought that you have begins in your mind. Once you understand and learn how to control the mind, you'll be able to control anything. There won't be too much of nothing that will be able to affect you once you gain control of your mind. And how do you gain control of your mind, humanity? Well, it's learning how to balance the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. Each human, each being, each entity has a dark and a light side. Once you realize the dark part of yourself and the light part of yourself, and you balance that and you put it in the middle and it's evenly yoked, all right? This is when life becomes better. This is when you think better. Instead of segregation and trying to make groups, oh, okay, well, we're going to make this group over here. This is only for black people. This is only a black person station. This is only a white person's for sports. This is only a Chinese person's thing. This is all. You all do that to yourselves. And then you get mad at the other people, but it's really you doing it to yourselves. Look in the mirror today and ask each one of yourselves, how are you bettering this world? Or how are you making this world even worse by your actions? And how you think, how you process information. It shouldn't be when you get yourself together, like I said, and there are many people that are, all right? Life changes. You bringing people together. You're not separating people. You're helping each other. Not just looking at people and walking by. You're learning to listen to one another instead of opening your mouth and always wanting to be right or wanting things to be your way. You're having compassion. You're understanding each other, right? We stop criticizing each other, right? Oh, well, so-and-so does this and so-and-so is that. You know, it's one thing when you care about people like me and I say, you know what, I know these people are using drugs. I used to do it. I know what they're doing, whatever. But I still love them and I still give them compassion. You know, I still pray for them and I still love them because I know what they're going through. But at the same time, they have to love themselves to get themselves off of those drugs, to get themselves off of that liquor, to get themselves off of the street selling their body, to get themselves out of them gangs, to get themselves out of that sex trafficking ring that they're involved in. Okay? Each person on this planet is responsible and accountable for their own self. But I want to ask you, how are you contributing to this planet, to your bloodlines, to make this world a better place? A new earth is being created, okay? And that should make a lot of you happy, because it makes me happy, because I want my bloodline to live better than all the lives that I have lived, and the suffering and the pain that I have gone through, and the suffering and the pain that I'm still enduring to this day. Because I deal with pain every day for humanity. And if you didn't know, now I know. Spread the word. Everybody wants to be like somebody else. Everybody wants to be, oh, well, why is she who she is? Why is she get this? First of all, you should never open your mouth if you don't know who a person is or what they're going through. Because nobody knows what each person endures every day. And I guarantee you, not even 90% of you will be able to deal with the shit that I had to go through. And I'm still going through every day. And those are facts. When people are getting shot and I hear about it, that same shot that goes through those people's body goes through mine. When people are getting kidnapped and men are taking advantage of their bodies, I feel that every day. When people are dying in wars, I feel that every day. I endure that pain. Do you know what that feels like? It's a messed up feeling, and I would never in my life want any of you to have to endure the pain that I go through every day. But I have to, because I am a woman of my word and I came here to do something for humanity, and I'm going to do it. until the day the Lord comes for me. And you have to do the same thing. You have to start changing, bettering your lives for yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Be the best person that you could be for yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to do it for me. We have to do it for ourselves. Stop hurting each other. Stop killing each other. Stop letting the government, different people make you guys go against each other. Don't you see? That's what they want to do. They want to segregate you. They want to mess with your minds. You have to be able to read people to understand what they're doing. Don't allow them to suck the life out of you or even take your life for that matter. Love yourself enough to better yourselves. There's only one life in this life. When this life's over, that's it for this life. Your body's gone, your spirit's still going to go on. But you will never get this life back again. Once this one's over with, make the most of it. Make the most of it. Find a reason deep within yourselves to be good for yourself, for your family, friends, for the world. See, many of you, you're doing the easy. You're taking the easy way out. Shooting, killing, gangs, raping, sex trafficking, lying, bribery, people in the government taking advantage of the world. It's just, don't you see? The real people, the strong people, are the ones that overcome all of the bad that I just told you. That's when you're going to do what you're supposed to do, and people are going to respect you and look at you different. Not when you're trying to segregate people. Not when you're trying to form groups for different reasons. Not when you're trying to hurt each other. The Creator did not make people. First of all, Adam and Eve did what they did, so that that caused the problem or whatever. But even though it happened. Whatever happens for a reason. Whether that's true or not, who knows? So many different stories in this world. So many people lie to us. We don't even know what's true or what's not. Right? Because we've been lied to so much. And that's where you have to learn how to listen to your intuition and do your own research and your own work and come up with your own conclusion. Don't be right away quick to listen to Susie or Bobby over there. Oh, Susie said this, so it's this.